Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones today? So I've already got some lines drawn in just to highlight this area of support, and it's quite a big area of support. There's a lot going on. You can see a lot of tails in this area, a lot of buying happening. There was a bit of selling here, but predominantly buyers that have been stepping in this area. We've also got this trend line here, which started pretty much in this area here and moved to the upside. So there's a lot going on here. Okay, then the red line you see is the 200-day moving average, which is also in this area. So you can see there's a hell of a lot going on here, and you would expect us to somewhere in this area find some support for either a consolidation or a reversal, and that's kind of what you'd expect. Now, if you look at the size of these candles, it's been, kind of gentle, well, not gentle, but relatively smallish. And then we hit this massive move to the downside, which could be seen as an exhaustion bar to the 200-day moving average. Okay, we still do have this breakout open and this trend line down to the downside. So there is still scope for a move for more downside. Okay, me personally, I'm uncomfortable with taking a short with a setup like this. Somewhere on the 20-day moving average or bouncing off at 200, to me on the Dow, that would be a reasonable area for a short. But where we are now, it's more of a wait and see for me. If we look at the 1 hour, and you can see at the close here how we had the sell-off, and then the politicians tried to pacify everybody, and then we had the buyers step in at the close. Now, was this buyers or was this just profit taking from the shorts? And my take on it is it's profit taking from the shorts. Okay, so people are not leaving their shorts overnight, letting it run and then cashing out at the close. So that's kind of what I see here. Now, one thing that does tend to play out quite often is if I take the last 2 hour bars of the Dow and I put a Fibonacci on there, and I've modified the Fibonacci just to give me my breakout targets. You can see breakout targets, target number 2, target 3, target 4, and if I had target 5 in there, target 5 would have been hit. Okay, so this, and you can see there, exact same height of the last 2 hours, and the same thing happens. The targets get hit. If I take it to there, you can see target was hit to the upside and hit to the downside. It doesn't often happen that way, but on that day it did. So if I take the same scenario and we go to that, we have broken the last 2 hour range at the moment. So looking at this, we should be looking for some upside pretty much back to, at a minimum, that area there. Now if I adjust our Fibonacci here to this downward move, you'll notice that breakout target will be between the 61.8 and 76.2 Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so that being said, I'm suspecting we're going to find some kind of support here for either a consolidation or a bounce. So definitely uncomfortable with a short here, more comfortable with a long, but I want to see a setup for the long. So at this stage, I don't see a setup that I'm happy with. Okay, so if we just get down to 12 minute for now, there's just one other thing I want to show you, is we do potentially have this double bottom here, and it's got diversions as well, right? So that play would be pretty much, let's call it 200 points. Okay, which takes us back pretty much into this area here. Okay, so That's kind of my play at the moment. Is I'm more comfortable with the longs, and we'll see what happens at the Europe Open. So anything, I would like to see us down the bottom here for a long, and alternatively, I'll look for something. I'd even consider a break above here, because that would give me a crossover of the moving averages here and a break of the 1 hour fractional. So a break of the 1 hour fractional would be fairly bullish. We've already broken this fractional, formed the higher fractional, and we've got a higher low. You can see there, so we've got low, we've got high, higher, high. So we do have the start of a trend. Okay, so yeah, so that's me for today. Just going to wait for the Europe Open, see what happens, and I'll probably take a stab at this. There's also a potential head and shoulders here. So there's a shoulder, here's a head, and here's a right shoulder. So there's a lot of scope for upside, a lot more scope for upside than there is for downside. And if there is any more downside, I suspect the 200-day moving average will hold us up again. And that would give me a much better entry for a long. Okay, so that's my take on this at the moment. Watching for an entry long, and this is quite a big support area that we're in. Anyway, guys, hope it helps. Enjoy the day, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, man.